For this experiment, we tested the expectancy violations theory. So we tested the theory by invading the personal zone of 18 different females to give them a compliment on their hair. We first entered the personal zone of 9 different women by walking past them and giving them a compliment, versus we also entered the personal zone of 9 other women, this time actually walking up to them to give them a compliment. So we predicted there would be 2 different reactions if we walk past them, giving them a compliment, versus walking up to them, giving them a compliment. So the locations we tested the violations were everyday shopping stores like Walmart, Target, and Safeway. And we predicted there would be a negative reaction and a positive reaction. The negative being walking by them, giving them a compliment, and the positive being walking up to them and giving them a compliment. So we predicted the reaction would be negative since we would be entering the personal zone for a quick second and then walking away. And we also assumed they would ignore us since it's not a social norm to socialize while at the grocery store. And we assumed the reaction would be positive when walking up to them since we would be entering their personal zone by actually walking up to them, and we also appear more genuinely interested and sincere when giving a compliment. Therefore, the violation would result in a positive reaction when walking up to the subject versus a negative reaction when walking past the subject and giving a compliment. So these are the findings we had. There is 9 for walking up to and 9 for walking past. The dark green is positive reactions we had. The light green is negative reactions we had. And the black are neutral reactions. By positive, I mean actually smiling and taking the compliment. For negative, we have kind of like brushing it away or giving a weird look or stare. And for the neutral reactions, it was kind of like a quick thanks or just smiling. And we had, for walking up to, we had 6 positive reactions, no negative reactions, and 3 neutral reactions. Versus walking past them, giving them a compliment, we had 4 positive reactions, 2 negative reactions, and 3 neutral reactions. So essentially the predictions we had were correct in the sense that there would be positive and negative. There were no negative for walking up to, there was 2 negative for walking past, but then also people when giving compliments usually kind of just take it. That's why when walking up to them we had no negative reactions. And in the next clip we have a couple of examples of common reactions. The first one is a neutral reaction when walking past. She's just gonna smile and take the compliment. And then the second example would be a positive reaction when walking up to them. They were surprised when receiving the compliment and seemed very sincere when taking it. And the third would be a negative where they just kind of give us a weird look. I mean, they also didn't have their hair done, so the reaction is kind of weird. Well,